Have you ever found yourself lying awake at 2 a.m., wondering if you'll ever break through? Maybe you're sitting at your kitchen table at 6 a.m., feeling the weight of another day that seems almost too heavy to face. If so, this story is for you. Today, I want to talk about strength. Not the kind that comes from never breaking, but the kind that grows out of moments that push us to our limits. The kind that doesn't just test you, it transforms you. We often think strength is about always being in control, about never showing cracks. We admire people who seem unshakable, but the truth is, the strongest people aren't those who never fall apart. They're the ones who break open, process the pain, and use it to build something better. Let me take you on a journey through some of the hardest moments in Elon Musk's life, the times he broke down completely, and how those experiences shaped him into the visionary leader we know today. 1. Betrayal. Losing X.com. 2000. Imagine working tirelessly for years, pouring your heart and soul into a dream, only to have the people you trusted the most turn against you. For Elon, that happened in 2000. He was CEO of X.com, which was merging with PayPal, and he believed he was building the future of financial services alongside partners he trusted. But while he was away on a brief trip to Australia, the board and some of his own team orchestrated a coup. They removed him as CEO. It wasn't just the professional setback that hurt, it was the betrayal. The realization that those he considered allies had been planning behind his back. He had given everything, time, energy, relationships, to this company, and suddenly it was no longer his. So, what did he do? He drove to the beach that night and cried. Not a shallow cry, but a deep cleansing release of hurt and confusion. By sunrise, he discovered something important. Crying didn't make him weak. It gave him clarity. That betrayal taught him to be more intentional with partnerships, to protect his vision, and, most importantly, to see that sometimes being pushed out isn't the end. It's an opportunity to aim even higher. PayPal went on to be successful, and Elon used that experience to pivot toward even bigger dreams: electric cars, rockets, and the possibility of making humanity a multiplanetary species. 2. Complete failure. Tesla and SpaceX on the brink. 2008. Fast forward 8 years. By 2008, Elon had invested his entire fortune, $180 million from PayPal, into Tesla and SpaceX. Both companies were teetering on the edge of collapse. Tesla faced production delays, software glitches, and funding shortages. SpaceX had experienced 3 consecutive rocket failures. Imagine the pressure. Every failure was a public spectacle. Investors were leaving, the media was skeptical, and Musk's personal life and health were unraveling. He questioned everything. Was he deluding himself? Were the people who trusted him going to be let down? It was in this darkest moment that he found the power of support. Gwen Shotwell, a key SpaceX engineer, simply asked, "What do we try next?" No judgment, no panic, just forward motion. And that reframing changed everything. Failure wasn't a verdict, it was data. With one final launch attempt, Falcon 1, Flight 4, they succeeded. After 3 devastating failures, SpaceX reached orbit. This was more than a win. It validated persistence, ingenuity, and emotional resilience. And it saved both companies, paving the way for future success with NASA contracts and renewed investor confidence in Tesla. The lesson here is profound. Strength isn't about avoiding failure. It's about who stands with you when everything seems lost and how you get back up one more time than you fall. 3. Overwhelming success. Crew Dragon to the ISS. 2020. Not all emotional breakthroughs come from failure. Some come from success and the weight of responsibility it brings. In 2020, SpaceX successfully launched Crew Dragon, sending astronauts to the International Space Station. For the first time since the shuttle program ended, Americans were returning to space from American soil on a private spacecraft. Watching the launch, Elon cried again. But these tears weren't of despair. They were tears of realization. Years of struggle, doubt, sleepless nights, and risk-taking had culminated in this moment. But success didn't mean relief. It meant responsibility. Now the mission was even bigger: Mars. The stakes had grown exponentially, and the pressure intensified. He realized something crucial. Crying, even in success, is a form of recalibration. It's your emotional system processing the leap from where you were to where you are and preparing for what comes next. Strength isn't the absence of emotion. It's the ability to feel fully, then act with clarity. 4. The science and practice of crying and emotional resilience. Here's where it gets even more fascinating. Crying isn't just emotional, it's biological. Studies show that tears release stress hormones and toxins, helping reset your nervous system. Your brain has evolved this mechanism as a way to process overwhelming input and regain clarity. Suppressing emotions, Musk explains, doesn't make you stronger. It just drives those feelings underground, where they influence decisions unconsciously. Leaders who bottle up their emotions may seem rational, but often make worse choices because their nervous system is overloaded. Elon practices emotional maintenance like a routine. Every morning, he checks in with himself before checking his phone. When he feels strong emotions, he takes short reset breaks. 5 minutes of stillness to feel, process, and move forward. At the end of difficult days, he does emotional debriefs, reflecting on challenges, achievements, and what he needs to release. Once a month, he takes longer periods to process emotions deeply, allowing insights to emerge. This consistent practice transforms emotional intelligence into actionable strength. It isn't indulgence. It's preparation for making better decisions, leading teams effectively, and pursuing audacious goals. 5. Lessons on strength. So, what can we take from Musk's experiences? Strength isn't never breaking. It's breaking open in a controlled way, processing the pain and using it as raw material for growth. Failures, betrayals, and overwhelming responsibilities aren't signs of weakness. They are opportunities to gain clarity, redefine priorities, and build resilience. Emotional intelligence is inseparable from business or technical intelligence. Unprocessed feelings cloud judgment. Processed emotions sharpen it. Support matters. Surround yourself with people who can help you reframe challenges, stay focused, and maintain perspective. Finally, tears aren't a reset. They're an investment in your next level. They prepare you for bigger challenges, more meaningful achievements, and higher purpose. Your breakdown could be your breakthrough in disguise. The moments that feel like they are shattering you might actually be clearing space for new clarity, new growth, and new possibilities. Every tear, every moment of doubt, every challenge has the potential to teach you something invaluable. Strength isn't about pretending to be unshakable. It's about feeling fully, learning deeply, and using that emotional clarity to take bold action. It's about getting back up, not once, but over and over, with more wisdom than before. So next time life brings you to your knees, don't shy away. Sit with it. Let it move through you. And when you rise again, rise with the full force of clarity, purpose, and strength. Because your tears aren't a sign of weakness, they're your most authentic power.